So hello, all my successful people. This is Dr. Juan, real estate guy. I'm with the legend, Sam Alrini, where it all started from myself a little over 20 years ago, potentially. So we got Sam and his wife Sherry. We're having dinner out in Wake Forest. I decided to drive up and check on the progress. We're doing a rehab on the 126 property, the very first house that I ever purchased and started my investing career. We were just getting into the story of how we purchased these three properties. So I'm going to do a quick recap. When I was in college, I had an epiphany one day that what if I owned 7 properties on a block, I could rent them out or get paid whether I was there or not. And I mentioned it to Sam, and he said he had knew people back in Chicago that had done this and were doing very well with the real estate investing. So fast forward about 5 years, I was in graduate school, and Sam called me and said, "Hey Juan, how much money do you have?" And I told him I didn't have any money because I was in college. Didn't have a job, but I did have a credit card that I could use the access checks to take out $8,000 to go towards the purchase of these 3 properties that he had come across by a gentleman at a coffee shop that wanted to sell 3 of his investment properties, and he was willing to seller finance them to us for just $15,000 down, which was remarkable opportunity. So if you notice, when Sam called, I didn't second guess it. I didn't ask him questions about why we shouldn't do it. I realized that this was an opportunity that was brought to me. 5 years prior, I mentioned him, what if I owned real estate, and the opportunity presented itself. So I took advantage of it. I didn't talk myself out of it. I got in the car immediately and met him in 1 hour. So when opportunities come your way, don't talk yourself out of them. If you put out into the universe, or you begin to tell people what you're looking for, and the opportunity comes to you, take advantage of it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't come up with reasons why you shouldn't do it. Look into reasons why you should do it. So I'm going to continue. So I met with Sam that day. We drove up to a midpoint over in Durham, North Carolina, and I gave him the $8,000 check. I had a friend, Lenny. He put in $1,000, and Sam made up the remaining amount for the down payment. So the beauty about this deal is it was a seller finance opportunity. So it didn't require any banks. All we needed was the $15,000. I don't even think Buddy did a background check at this time. He knew Sam. He knew his credibility. He was a trustworthy person. We had the paperwork drawn up at the attorney's office, and immediately we were property owners. So we were in the real estate investing business. Didn't know what we were doing, but we were in business, right? So there was another local investor by the name of Eric, and he had apparently had his eye on this duplex for some time, and talked to Sam and said he wanted to buy it. So we were obliged to sell it to him to the tune of $30,000 profit. So we did that in probably about a month. I think all we did was buy the property, clean out the bottom unit, clear it out. I don't even think we did any upgrades or anything. Sam's confirming right now that we didn't do any upgrades. We just swept it out, cleaned it out, and sold it for a $30,000 profit. So that's the beauty of real estate investing. At that point, I was hooked. I knew that there was something to this real estate thing. So I was still in graduate school, so I had to graduate. And the beauty about real estate investing, insider trading is completely legal. So when we structured the deal, we had the attorney put everything in Sam's name. So when I graduated and I was now making income, since we only had 2 properties left, Sam kept the property that was out in Roseville, and Then he sold me the property in Wake Forest, and then we pulled out another $30,000 at that point to do rehabs, to pay back expenses that we used to rehab the property. And I have to say that this particular property has been really good to us, because the $14,000 or so we put into the rehab back in 2003, it really kept our annual maintenance costs down over the years, so that we could do the debt service with the mortgage, and then also any repairs that would come up. So right now we are working on, we're rehabbing it to turn it into a short-term rental, because the share economy is is the way to go these days, and it's very lucrative. You can make about 4 times in revenue what you would on a standard rental property. So that's kind of the reason that I'm going that route, to try to capture those additional revenue there. But that's pretty much it with this deal. We're super excited. We're getting towards the end of this rehab, and I'll have to make another video to show you the progress that Sam has made on the place. It's starting to come together real nice, and it's looking real good. And I think it's going to be ready in upcoming weeks, so we can get this thing furnished and way to go. Sam, is there anything you wanted to add?
Listen to what he's saying, because if you start young, you can make it in the long run.
Yep. And you, Sherry?
I think as an accountant, as long as you consider all the ramifications of it without overthinking it, then you can be quite successful.
That has it, guys. So you have all the details. Do feel free to connect with me on social media, on Facebook, Instant Messenger, Instagram, Snapchat, and I'll be glad to talk with you, answer any questions, and see about getting you started on your real estate journey. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.